Welcome back to Mass Appeal. Retired racing greyhounds need loving homes, and yours could be the perfect fit. Greyhound Options is an organization that looks to place greyhounds, and Sue Speary and Tony Bryant are here to tell us about a great event where we can take home some furry friends. Thanks to the two of you for coming into the show today.
Thanks for having us.
So who else do we have here? We have Wista and Cinnamon.
Cinnamon.
Yes, we do.
And how did they come into your lives?
Well, Cinnamon, we foster. So we had one greyhound that we adopted, and we fell in love with the breed. We just totally fell in love with the breed. And so we started fostering greyhounds. Greyhound Options doesn't operate a kennel, so the dogs up for adoption are placed in homes. So it gets them used to living in homes because they've never done that before. And so Cinnamon was one of our foster dogs that we took care of, and I just fell in love. And when we went to a spring fling and brought her to put her up for adoption, I said to my husband, if anybody even looks at her, I'm going to burst into tears. So he says, okay, we'll adopt her, but we have to get a bigger car. You have to get rid of your little car and get a big one. And I said, I don't care. We'll get an SUV, but I need to take Cinnamon home. So that's how we ended up with her.
And this big boy came into my life. Basically, my wife and daughter brought me to see what greyhounds were about, and we're looking for a fawn, and the owners of Greyhound Options came to the event, and they were late. And this other foster representative said, "There's a black boy in here that we want to have you take a look at." Wista came over, put his head in my shoulder, gave me his paw, and it was the love connection. So we immediately adopted, and the rest is history.
Greyhounds are gorgeous dogs.
Mm-hmm.
How can you determine if your home and your living situation is good for a greyhound?
They're really social dogs, so they like to be with their people, which is great. They don't need as much exercise as people would normally think. They think of them as being really high energy, and in fact the opposite is true. They're known as 40-mile-an-hour couch potatoes because they're given to short bursts of energy. You let them race around the backyard for a couple minutes and then come in, and then they're just happy to sleep for hours at a time. So they're really great for that. So having a fenced-in space is great, but it's not necessary. If you take them for walks a couple times a day, that's fine too.
A lot of the dogs that you're getting these days aren't from the area, and you're bringing them here to give them great homes.
Right.
They're actually being ported up from West Virginia, and they are great greyhounds that we're getting. And basically, when we talk about the housing situation, it's all about the love. It's all about the love of the breed and of the dog. And when you get that comfort level, they settle right in.
They're such a great breed, and if people are interested in adopting, there's a phenomenal event coming up in Connecticut, the Spring Fling. Tell us a little bit about that.
Right, that's at Northwest Park next Sunday, April 29th, at Northwest Park in Windsor, Connecticut, and we have a great event where you can meet the dogs, meet some of the dogs available for adoption. You can meet other folks who love the breed and bring their dogs. We have great food, we have a silent auction, we have raffles, we have dog contests, so to see who can sing the loudest, and we have a twin contest to find a greyhound twin for your dog, and so it's just a lot of fun for the whole family.
If people come out, what kind of items are there at the auction that they can bid on?
There's everything from Red Sox tickets that they can bid on to dog-related items, not just for greyhounds. These beautiful collars that they sport, we always have a few of those available. Restaurant gift certificates. So there's really something for everyone, even if you don't have a dog yourself.
What would you say? Obviously, being a dog owner is such a great thing to be. Owning greyhounds specifically, what do they bring into your life?
It's companionship, obviously, the love, unconditional. You come home after a hard day of work, you open up the door, and there's your dog, your wife, your child, and it complements the whole family living, really.
You were saying earlier that you get the dogs from down south often, or these days in the future from Maine. What's the fate if people don't adopt them, or if things don't go as planned?
Well, in the South, it's a little rougher, where they could be euthanized, but that's what we, Greyhound Options, are totally against, and we have this Greyhound Underground Railroad that we ship them up from West Virginia or any other place, south or north, wherever the Greyhounds need to be placed. We're taking them, and we foster, and then we'll put them in their forever homes.
If people are interested, one more time, wrap up the details, tell people how they can come on down to the Spring Fling.
Well, first I'd say check out greyhoundoptions.org because that's our website, and you'll find information about all of our meet and greet events. But next Sunday, Northwest Park, Windsor, Connecticut, 12 to 4, a great time for the whole family.
Free, rain or shine.
Yeah, rain
Can't
or shine.
complain.
Yeah, absolutely.
I want to thank the two of you for coming on the show, and Cinnamon Wista, you are always welcome.
Thank you, Seth.
Thank you.
So head on down to the Spring Fling and spring a Greyhound from the Adoption Center. You might just start a lifelong friendship.